What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am T. I am your host. I'm lurking at the undisclosed location. You may see, of course, Moho Nixon behind us. We've been talking a lot about Moho Nixon lately. Oh, revealing too much too quick. Let's go back this way. It's about time to unveil another project. Yeah, I have too many already, but don't we all? Let's just do it. And I guess the question I would ask to start things off is free good enough to take this? What is going on here? Well, I'll tell you what's going on here. This is a 1965 A100 van. And yes, the purchase price of this vehicle, and it is 99% of the reason that I have it, free 99. Yeah, and I'm a sucker for a free vehicle. And obviously the fact that it's a Dodge makes things even better. What the heck am I going to do with this thing? I don't know. But it is so cool. This is absolutely one of the most unique vehicles I have ever had. And you A100 aficionados are probably noticing a few things already. Not sure where to start first, but you see all these lines. This looks like somebody went custom and eliminated the doors on this particular van, which yeah, I don't know, does that matter? I don't know, I kind of like the doors on them, but this van looks really cool, or could look really cool without that door in place. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this thing. We could take this to shows, we could put a big motor in it and tow the race car places and car shows and whatnot. It could be kind of cool. And perhaps the other thing you may have noticed, locking hubs. I'll have to confirm it, but I believe we're looking at Dana 44s. Somebody was going to the trouble of converting this sucker to a four-wheel drive. Yeah, this is the other problem. No engine, no trans. I believe part of the doghouse looks to be in there. Maybe that's the front floor. I don't know what all that spray foam looks like. Spray foam. We've got a lot of cleaning to do in this thing. We've got to find out what is going on in here. But yeah, no engine, no transmission. There's an aftermarket shifter cable in here, and perhaps some custom motor mount work. Somebody was making a creeper van, I think, way back when with it. Completely enclosed the side windows, pulled the doors out, and I'm really anxious to get behind that paneling. But I think the goal is grab a garbage can and start pulling stuff out and see what we've got. There is definitely stuff in here that does not belong to this van. And we're going to find out what some of that is and see what mysteries, maybe surprises, good surprises hopefully. Definitely one of the craziest things I picked up in recent memory. A face only a mother and me could love. Perhaps you. What do you think? Did I do okay for free? Let's look a little closer. It's been repainted at one point, I'm pretty sure of that. A lot of clear coat peeling off of this thing in places. I don't know if these were original. I think not. These are aluminum, it looks like. Hopefully I can find something to replace, because I would put a decent sized mirror back on. The other side broken, so these were probably off of something else. Nice big ding under the door here. Uh-oh, yeah, we've got rust. And we definitely have rust most of the way on the bottom of this panel. Oh, paint peeling, rust behind it. Somebody added some big beefy bumpers to it along the way for the whole off-road theme, I guess. This part scares me a little bit. Let's go along the drip rail here. We're moving on to the passenger side. That could be trouble. More rust. More bodywork. More old bodywork showing through. There's that big beefy front bumper. Shame they didn't leave room for a winch though, if they were gonna commit fully to that 4x4 project idea. Some custom fabrication here to make the factory steering work with this Dana 44 assembly. It seemed functional-ish, getting it on and off of a trailer to bring it home. At least this swap doesn't seem to be I guess a hack, you know, as far as having to hack away different things, having to remove factory componentry. The factory transmission mount does appear to be in place. As far as I can tell, the engine mounts look like they can go back to stock specifications. Got these monster shackles here on the front leaf springs. And I'm not really sure about the leaf springs on this thing, if they belong to it. The tow hitch receiver. Looks like the factory fuel tank's still in place. It seems like things could go back to normal. That's the other question. Do we put it back to normal? Do we leave it four-wheel drive? Not too shabby on the roof. Just those dang drip reels. There's that other messed up mirror I was talking about. Check this out. Oh my goodness, that opens so beautifully. Got a little catch here, just in case you swing it open, it'll catch it. Hopefully not mess up your door. This looks to be the original color. What's in the glove box? Got some business cards. Dog tags. 1999, it looks like. Maybe I'll have to track down the previous owner or two. Ooh. What's in the freaking pill bottle here? Tough to read, but it looks like a bottle of Tylenol. I already ended up with a free bungee cord and some straps. Free welding rod. I don't have a stick welder. Some pens. A lot of stuff from Wyoming here. Looks like this thing spent some time in Evanston. There's a key. Hey, we found a key. More pins, screws, a thermostat, something. Some old fuses. I'll put everything back in here for the time being. I'm gonna take this key around to the other side. The dash looks in pretty good shape. All of the knobs and whistles and bells seem to be there. Steering wheel, not horrible, some cracking. The horn mechanism, still here. Not really sure what we've got going on here. Looks like we've got a cruise control unit here. Accelerate, resume, or decelerate, and the set button. Set button's a little sticky. Here's the magical key. Dude, we have a key. That's good. Fantastic. This is a key to this ignition switch, and I'm very happy about that. It does appear to match the back as well, but that one's a little sticky. I'll have to work on that. But this door opens beautifully. And has a handle on the other side to latch it top and bottom. And now we are into the dumpster. There's a big old bench seat to something. These back seat, this looks like the back seat out of a car. Some of you are gonna know, I think, once we look at emblems. I see emblems on this seat back. Betting some of you aficionados are seeing these markings, these little inserts into the vinyl. Let me set you down for a second. I'm gonna pull some of this crap out. Gonna need to drag a garbage can over here. This is pretty bad. Something definitely lived in this thing, and I'm not talking people, even though that may have happened at one point. Some interesting apparent GM stuff in here. We have a notable SS marking on this hubcap. We have a different hubcap. Interesting. Dang, I would be hoping for a pair on those. That would be better. There's still some more crap down here. This looks like the console to something. Let's look at this emblem, guys. This looks familiar. I know I've seen it before. And there's a speaker behind here. And so this one does appear to match this guy. Not sure what the heck these are. These are beat up a little bit. Working my way through the clean out. So much garbage in here. Later model seat from something. Yeah, maybe that's one of the seats. One of the original seats. But as far as that goes, I'll be lucky if that is, because I've not found another one. I do appear to have found the entire front and back seat situation to something else. So that's cool. If this is to something cool and you want to hit me up, we'll talk. Same with that console. What the heck's that console out of? This is a dumpster item for sure. A fan shroud. Another garbage can load full of fluff and insulation happening here. I'll eventually want to get this paneling off the wall as well. There was paneling and stuff on the ceiling too, and then it was carpeted, which is what we have going on under here. Some miscellaneous pieces that may have been trimmed out, and I have to figure that out. But it does look like we have the doghouse and some bumpers. I'll have to look at some photos and see if these are the A100 bumpers. I did a little Google searching, and I knew I'd seen it before. Impala. I think mid to late 60s Impala, like 65, 67, somewhere in there. If anybody needs a good seat frame set for a Chevrolet Impala, let me know. I apparently have one. I'll have to look up these hubcaps too and see if they match. This SS one is kind of cool. Well, back to the hantavirus. Wish me luck. An interesting discovery under all that trash. There is an MSD ignition box. Is it any good? Who knows? Looks like it's been buried under crap and trash forever. Some of the red coating on the box is flaking away. Looks like they had some tunes in here at one point. Plenty of speaker wire and things. There's the Chrysler relay. Is that where that normally goes? The former tunes lurked up here at one point. Looks like a little bit of trimming here in this spot and then peeling back this layer for whatever the drivetrain was. They cut something there. Looks like bigger than any hole that may have been there. Closer look at the custom motor mount. Hoping that just cuts away and we can get back to what was originally there. And the, oh man, the throttle linkage. Looks like that's been hammered and tweaked and bent. It's a solid rod all the way up front here. Looks like brakes and things are as, at least pedal and master cylinder and stuff are as Dodge intended. But with these being a leaf spring front end, it probably wasn't the horrible problem, you know, to get an axle up front. Kind of curious as to what's going on up here. There's some toilet paper, that's good. A rag. Putting my hand up here without being able to see, that's risky. All this stereo stuff though. Might be worth hanging on to if I decide that I want tunes in this thing. I always want tunes. So hoping to find some cool treasures up there, but not so, not this time. This does look like it's been cut. Now we're back underneath this thing, checking some stuff out. Looks like an oil filter or relocation. This appears to be a shifter cable. The other end of it. Suppose that had to loop back around. Speedometer cable. Makes me wonder what the heck was actually in this. It does look like that they had it maybe driving. A little bit of mud caked under there. I'll want to deal with that before it creates problems. Fuel filters and such. Fuel line. Brake lines. So I mean, I would want to replace all of that. Fuel lines, brake lines. See a little bit of red up under there. Custom shock mounts. Hopefully that's the original A100 location. Those blocks don't really make any sense. If they were trying to lift it, you'd think that would be under the spring. Guess I didn't want to get shorter U-bolts. Yeah, and I didn't realize it at first, but it does look like they've cut significant portions away to do whatever they did. I mean, obviously with the engine back here, I'm trying to remember where the radiator was in these things as a stock A100. You definitely need airflow. At a glance, I just thought, oh yeah, maybe that all the stuff bolts back in or whatever. No, that's cut away. The doghouse bolts in. But it looks like a little bit of metal work, metal repair to put it back to factory. So the question is, ladies and gentlemen, what the heck are we going to do with this A100? Does look like the entire doghouse is there. That looks like the floor piece that was cut out. We might have the metal to put it back in. That'll be good. Wanted to show you the inside after I got all the paneling and insulation out. Nailed these runners, these 1x2s, screwed them, I should say, to these metal supports in the van. And then they trimmed and cut the paneling and screwed it to those. And there you go. And they had something similar going on the roof, but that had fallen down long before I got to it, I'm sure. What I don't know here is if this ever had doors in it. I would assume it did. I would say it definitely had windows. There's a lot of fiberglass behind here, you can kind of tell. Filled those in with something. I don't know if they had doors and they gutted them and used the skins just to make a permanent wall. I would kind of think eventually taking these out and at least putting windows back in it, but we'll have to see. Tell me what you think was going on here with this thing. But what the heck are we going to do with this thing? Do we keep it four-wheel drive? Do we try to mate some Chrysler drivetrain to it? And whose 44s were they? Do those look like GM parts? They look like Ford parts, Dodge parts. That's where we're at. A brand new project that is probably going to be back burner for a minute. But what are we going to do with it? I don't rightly know. Not yet. But we have some things to discuss. We have some things to figure out for it. Is it going to continue to be a four-wheel drive? It's kind of cool. Should we put it back to stock? I've even thought this thing would kind of look cool as a little gasser style. Raise it up just a bit. Big tires in the back. That solid front axle back in there. Then make sure the hitch is good behind it and start towing a race car to car shows or race tracks and whatever. What do you think I should do with this thing? Was it a good buy at free 99? Would you have taken it? Is it too much work? Obviously, if we went through and did a full restoration on the thing, we'd have more money in it than it was worth. But it sure is cool. Leave a comment if you've got some cool ideas for me. Let me know what you think, if this was a terrible idea. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. If you are a subscriber, thank you very much. If you're not, please give it some consideration. I'd love to have you on board. See what we do with this pile. We do lots of other stuff with other piles and other cars that aren't necessarily piles. We drag race. We do motorhome burnouts. We just have fun with our cars. That's kind of the idea, isn't it? So stick around for whatever comes next. If you don't mind hitting that like button, I'd be happy about that. I've got it all cleaned out. The whatever was living in it, I guess, no longer there. That's good. And for now, we'll probably just stuff these parts back in it that are going to stay. This was by far one of the worst ones I've ever had to clean out. I hope I don't get sick. I hope we come out of this one unscathed. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you on the next one.